because Japanese is their first language.
Looks like it says
What
we live.
is up, SGA? Smosh Games Alliance, SGA Live. This is the show that bridges the connection between us. I'm your mentor, Flitz. On the couch to my right.
On the couch to my right. We've got
the beautiful, the lovely, the fat
Sohinki.
booty, Sohinki.
Hey, I do have some good boots.
And to Sohinki's right, we have the glorious, adorable Nihonjin, Mari Takahashi.
Hello. Hey guys. What's going on?
Takahashi.
Takahashi.
So before we start, since we just started, I think the community knows. Best Gregor, Senpai notices you. What's up? Shout out time. Best Gregor, shout out. Brittany Nicole, J Game Play 5 Official. Man, that name. You guys are your name. Ellen Hoek, Day in the Screen, Rhea Ram, Nisareth, of course, if she could be a mod, but she can't be. She sent me butts earlier.
Why
animated
can't
butts.
Nisa be a mod?
She sent you butts?
It's YouTube. She sent me.
Oh, right,
She sent me
it's
pictures of her
YouTube's.
butt. Friendship. Never Ending Gaming. Yusef. She didn't send me pictures of her butt. Yusef Naji. Apurav Bishonua. That is a great name.
That is
Jane
awesome.
Dawson, Devin Anderson, Caleb
Dawson?
Murphy, 6 Million Cats, Terrifying, Jaden Amber, Day, and the screen I said that twice, Shady Fox.
Shady Fox.
Welcome to Smosh Games Alliance. I am putting a lot of energy into what I am doing. I was supposed to tweet, but I didn't.
Oh.
I just tweeted.
Grab.
I should retweet it from my own account as well.
RT.
So, we're gonna start off with news because I like news. News is very slow this week, but there is information that is out there that is entertaining and interesting. So we're gonna share like the little bit of news that we have before.
Grabby.
Before grabby. That's.
I don't know if this was smart for us to be
Retweet
doing
that.
this during the stream.
What,
because
playing Mortal Kombat?
Yeah,
you can't talk and play at the same time.
we can't talk and play.
I
You
can
can.
I can say stuff like grabby.
Yeah, like, you know, the most basic of English.
And then I can say stuff like, oh, I'm shooting you in the chest, and there's a grenade in there, and then, oh my God, sand.
Coming out of
So
the
before I get into the
mouthhole.
news, clearly you can see Marhinky is in the house. Your favorite fanfic
This isn't creepy.
combination.
I'm just gonna lightly rest my arm
Though
like this. It's a little awkward.
It's a
little
very
creepy.
Especially if I give you a little
incestuous
squeeze.
brother and sister like relationship.
Yeah.
So I don't see where you guys see the sensuality because it is.
Well, it's probably
it's really
because there's a
funny.
lot of heated arguments, and people might think
That's
that.
not-
People think that's a precursor
They
to
think
sex.
they think that's a healthy relationship
But
too,
it's-
which
No,
is
there are times that I legitimately hate you. There are
Like when I wreck you in Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, it's just.
Nailed
it's
it.
very much so brother and
Nailed
sister
it.
rather than fornicating fun time nighttime. So I
That's a thing.
don't know. Yeah, it is. It's in the Bible. So let's freaking start.
Yeah.
So news has been very slow this week, but I managed to pull something
Yeah.
out
I'm
of
just
the
doing
box
shit.
that there's enough news, and then we're gonna go into something that I personally find interesting, and I feel like it's a good piece of information that may help the men and women alike who exist, the male and female, the
Blap, blap, blap.
the peni and vagini.
No.
Anyway, it should
What are we
help
talking about here?
news.
No one ever knows
Okay,
what Flitz is
so
talking about.
Warner Brothers is leaking all over
Blap,
the
blap,
place.
blap.
That's right.
MKX, which
Blap,
we're
blap,
playing on
blap.
the show, it's on PC, and of course, I freaking called this. Modders figured out a way to play as Rain, Sindel, and Baraka.
Baraka.
Because their coding is
Baraka.
already in the game.
Baraka Obama.
So they figured out how to play as them. Is anyone else surprised? I'm not. Of course I'm not. Also, the Star Wars Battlefront trailer leaked.
Battlefront.
That was supposed to be released on like Monday
Ow.
along with the Batman vs Superman trailer, but they both leaked. So
They
they
both
decided to
leaked?
release them early.
Yeah, they are. I heard that for sure they're going to be releasing them early.
They
because
already
of that.
released. The Battlefront trailer is already released.
I
I don't
see.
know about
What about
the
the
Batman,
Batman
Superman.
I
Well,
think it's coming today.
I think it's already out, but we're busy.
Yeah.
So
Obviously, we're working.
we're working. So, yeah, as you punch each other in the face on Xbox.
no, let me do the.
Yeah, clubs.
Oh!
I clubbed you into the air with a rifle.
But yeah, I have a little bit of snotty nose. Not apologizing, just let you know, just in case I sniff and swallow, that is snot going down my throat. Also, Goat Simulator came out on Xbox One. I didn't even know that was happening.
Yeah.
So if you don't have a PC, but you're curious about the goat.
Now you can goat stimulate.
You're curious about sheep and
Goat
goat
stimulator?
culture.
That's
Goat
gross.
stimulator.
Goat Stimulator is out on Xbox One with vibrate function.
Oh.
No. No. So I think that's cool. I love that Xbox is releasing a lot of these games through the ID platform / Xbox DLC platform, because that means what we already knew. I had to think. I have to think while I process information. There's a lot of information running through my brain. But in the summer, Windows 10 is coming out. That is going to basically make your consoles and your PC's companion platforms. You'll be able to cross-platform and do different things. You can already use your Xbox 360 and Xbox One controllers on your PC. Now, your PC will actually communicate with your video game console, as opposed to PlayStation, which is going very video game console-oriented in its culture. Xbox is aiming for family. PlayStation is aiming for the video game enthusiast. They're both right. I think this is freaking amazing, personally, and I'm excited that nothing is exclusive. This is what could be considered a singularity of gaming culture, as everything that has to do with video games just comes together and it's all one platform and fun time adventure. So I just honestly I think that's cool, and I'm glad Goat Simulator is coming to is on Xbox One along with a bunch of other games and PS4 as well. PC, they all talk. It's all technology speaking through the internet. Jargon. Potato salad. I don't know.
Potato salad.
So
Biscuits and gravy.
Yusef Naji said, what is he talking about? I'm doing news. This is not news, though. This is something I found very interesting. So Polygon.com released an article covering how many people are playing games in the U.S. I completely understand and embrace and love that we have a worldwide community, very much so global. For those of you who are staying up very late, thank you. We love you. We appreciate you. We will do everything in our power to entertain your face off until you pass out sleeping, staring at your eyelids with dreams and fluffy unicorns. But until that happens...
I just don't know what you're saying.
No, let him talk. That was lovely. That was
Until
poetry.
that happens, let's get the statistics on what it means to be a gamer in the U.S. Because U.S. being a petri dish of magical friggin' gumbo culture, gumbo being this thing that you put a whole bunch of foods in one pot and all of a sudden it's tasty goodness. Let's see what the heck is happening in the US when it comes to video games. And this comes from the 2015 demographic of usage and data from the ESA, which stands for Entertainment Software Association. Okay.
I'm excited to hear these stats,
Yeah?
actually. Yeah. I'm very curious. I stopped looking at this game.
What?
I'm doing
He's doing a tower, so he's doing a Mortal Kombat tower, which is great. That's good because you unlock things. So in the U.S., do any of you off the top of your head know the population of the United States of America?
Like 300 million-ish.
Is it?
Something like that.
Okay, so that's really crazy and interesting because according to this article posted on Polygon.com, 155 million Americans regularly play video games.
Is that also mobile games, though?
Yes.
Okay.
Gaming has evolved.
Mobile games is changing the entire surface of how people game.
Because it's accessible. Everyone and their grandma
Well,
has
kids,
a freaking
and
mobile phone in their pocket.
grandmas play.
My grandma does play.
Kids play.
Yes.
And like the number of women playing
Yes.
the mobile games has really bumped up the
Yes.
number of women gamers. So it's interesting.
Apparently, 42% of the Americans that play for at least 3 hours. The average game player, and this is really interesting, is 35 years old.
Wow.
Which makes sense.
That's not surprising
It's
at
not
all.
surprising,
It's not
considering the
because-
80s,
kinda
Nintendo's
surprising.
rise.
No, it's not. You know why? Because we're the generation that had video games from like the very, very start of our
get-go,
lives.
yeah.
And now we're old enough to work and get
And Mari,
money.
who is 25.
Yeah.
Sohinki's 23.
Well, our generation on, I should
Yeah.
say.
Yeah.
We are now working. We have enough money to get whatever systems and whatever games we want. No one's telling us we can't do it. And so
Yeah.
it's not
We're
surprising to me.
controlling the culture that we grew up in, and
Mm-hmm.
now it's become pop culture entertainment.
We are a bunch of adults who are still children. We're
Kadults.
like, you're
Kadults.
not my mom. You can't tell me what not to get, so we're just gonna spend $200 at GameStop.
As well as, and we're also in the power positions where we're now making the movies and
Yeah.
the video games that inspired us to make the video games we're making now.
Yeah.
26% of the players are under 18, 27% are over 50, that's wow.
27% are over 50?
26% of the players are under 18. I mean, that leaves that middle.
I-
That leaves that middle skew at
Pretty big.
at a very large range.
Yeah.
56% of the players are male. 44% are female.
I heard a weird statistic when I was in college and I used to play a lot of World of Warcraft that like there was some absurd percentage of the player base that was like women in their 40s.
I'll get there.
Yeah, get there.
The most frequent female game player is on average 43 years old, and the average male gamer player is 35 years old. So, gentlemen, if you're looking for a woman, maybe you should scale up.
Specifically in the
Specifically in
43-year-old
the
range.
40s. After they've reached like 45, all they want to do is play video games and fornicate with you. They don't have any more eggs, so it's not like you're going to be stuck with a baby. Go for it. That is not advice signed by Smosh or Smosh Games. That is my view of entertainment and humor. Just saying. I mean,
Okay.
He's got the Flitz stamp of approval there.
I would date a 45-year-old woman. I mean,
A
if she-
5-year-old woman?
She's 45. No.
A 4
there's
or
45.
5-year-old
A
woman.
4 or 5-year-old
You heard it
woman.
I heard a 5-year-old woman. I was like,
5 in
Okay.
Saturn years. Their years are longer. No, but I think that's amazing. Also, I mean, if you're
Yeah,
a
that is
35-year-old
amazing.
man, like, why wouldn't you go up 10 years just to find your soulmate?
But I can't believe that the 43-year-old women are playing console and PC.
Well,
See, that's the thing.
most popular genre amongst frequent players are social games, action and puzzles, card, trivia. So that includes the Candy Crushes and
The
all of the mobile
Farmvilles.
games and the games that are easily accessed that you keep getting invites for on Facebook that you really don't want. Do not invite me.
to Candy Crush.
I've been getting a lot of Clash
don't.
of Clans.
I love
stuff.
my aunt very much, but my aunt
You wanna punch her in the face?
My aunt Catherine always sends me like Candy Crush Saga invites, and I'm just like,
You're like, you're old.
like, Aunt Catherine, come on,
Yeah.
stop doing
You
that.
just like, I don't
So
know.
if I ever need to annoy you, just
Just send them
Candy
Facebook
Crush.
game
I'll
invites.
ignore. I'll block you on Facebook. I don't block my aunt because I love my aunt.
I'll,
I will block
I'll
you.
poke, and then I'll be like, Candy Crush Saga?
The most popular genre amongst frequent players I said that. 84% of parents are aware of the ESRB, Entertainment Software Ratings Board, started in 1994. Rating system, 69% of parents regularly check ratings before buying games, which I think is a lie. I don't think they do, because I don't think they really care. That's care. with
Well,
the
they
accent.
might check, but they might not adhere to it.
Actually, yeah, that makes a
You
lot of
know,
sense.
It's like,
that makes
oh,
a
you're
lot
13,
of sense.
but
Just because you check doesn't mean you actually
Right.
can't. Like you're like, my child can freaking handle GTA.
Right.
My child can handle Mortal Kombat. I'm just looking at this because that's what society tells me I should do. 79% of parents place time limits on video game playing. I'm very curious, and I will do my best to glance. How many of you in the Alliance, how many of you in the chat right now have limits on your video game playing? And while that information transmits to you, U.S. consumers spent in 2014.
I thought you said spit. I was like,
spent
interesting.
in 2014, 22 $22.41 billion on video games.
Also
is-
not surprising.
That is so much money.
It's not surprising because it's so big now. I mean, now, like, and it's not frowned upon as much as it used to be. It's not.
It was only.
doesn't have this
most
stigma
things that are usually frowned upon are usually not known well. We came up in a time when it was very frowned upon because it was new. It was perceived as a thing where you're wasting time, not learning anything. Where people like to pretend they all read books when they didn't. Like,
With that said, did you have limits on how much?
no, that was my babysitter.
Did you have limits?
I didn't have limits, but my mom would wake up and I'd be playing like Counter-Strike at 4 in the morning and I would get just,
Reamed.
yeah.
Yeah.
She would not be happy with me.
Did Jon Snow-Hinky get reamed for playing video games?
We all got pretty reamed for playing video games too much. That being said, like video games were sort of my anti-trouble. Like I never got into trouble as a kid because I was always playing games.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like that's the same thing that I experienced. I wasn't out in the hood.
I definitely got limits at home, so I would go to my neighbor's house.
But that's because you had to do like 43 pliés and 93 pirouettes
That's
before you
true.
could actually play video
Well,
games.
after I did my ballet, then I was free to do whatever. But if I wasn't home, then I knew that I could just continue playing because my neighbor had a nanny. So
Nice.
that was my way of just being able to play for as long as I want. But I
So
don't
you
know.
had a nanny. I had video games, which were my nanny.
Oh, they were
They
your
were
nanny.
my nanny.
Yeah.
His
No,
nanny.
I'm really interested to see how kids are even going through school now with like social media, YouTube,
Yeah.
video games, games on your phone. Like, how do you even get through school without coming out with like zero knowledge? I don't know if I would be able to.
I don't think I feel like they're just processing information differently.
Maybe.
We
kids
have
are
the internet,
superhuman.
which is that's our external hard drive. That's our world brain, where we can not have to remember things and we can choose what we retain, as opposed to being in school where you're forced to retain everything. You can choose what you learn, choose what you retain, and then apply it where it makes sense to you, as opposed to cramming all this information, most of which you will more than likely never ever need or use. So I think
It's a
I
different
honestly think it's just a
processing.
different
Yeah,
process.
it's
The
amazing.
last fact in this thing that I think is just amazing, especially considering the stuff that Microsoft went through with them working towards digital
getting
sales. Digital sales account for 52% of sales against physical media's 48% in 2010. So it makes sense when Microsoft were talking about the Xbox One, and they were saying they were going to go exclusively digital. That is the statistic that drives that idea.
Yeah.
But the minority won out, and now we still have physical content. But it also has to do with the internet. Internets aren't fast enough.
Right.
They still have caps on them, speed caps and data caps. So I can understand that aspect as well.
What is your feeling on digital content? versus-
I honestly understand both ends of the spectrum. I come from a household where my guardian was a hoarder.
Are you gonna say was a whore?
An obsessive collector, I guess, if you want to put it nicely. And I don't have that. That has omitted that aspect of
Interesting.
me from my
Interesting.
life. So I would rather have a very large hard drive with all of this software that I can completely have access to. Though I do understand, because I do still have my Dreamcast, if I want to play a game, having a hard copy that is well taken care of might be the best way to go.
Yeah, I mean something like okay, you still get like collector's editions on
I
certain
do.
games and stuff,
Well,
right? So you
well,
have
for
that
now,
physical.
until they just start giving them to us.
Those are the perks. Kids. But yeah, I mean, just having that sort of like tangible copy and having things like that, it's book versus Kindle, and in some aspects, I still really like having that physical copy.
Yeah, it's because I feel like it's in part because of the way the video game industry seems to be. Software technology seems to be going. Let's use Adobe with their cloud, where you can lease the program. You don't own it. With video games, what is to make them say, oh, you rent it's an extended rent. You lease the game, but we can cancel this service at any point in time. Do you truly own it when you've put your hard work money into this product that you are? You put the money into it. You put the money into the experience that you should be able to experience time and time again, as that has been the model that we have.
It's funny how you say that it's an experience, because it's so true. Like, somebody will spend $500 on a concert ticket that'll last 3 hours, and we're spending $60 on a game that's gonna last us like anywhere between like 8 and 150 hours.
Yeah, or Witcher 3, which is apparently gonna be like 200 hours.
Jeez.
25 to 200 hours.
Yeah, that's amazing.
That's an experience.
Yeah, and if you think of it that way, the amount of money that's spent in the video game like industry, it's actually not that much. If you really think about it that way.
You spend like almost $20 now for a movie ticket, and that lasts an hour and a half.
Yeah.
So.
Wow. I've never put it.
Just breaking Mari's mind.
I should stop complaining ever about like the price of a video game. There's just so much entertainment value coming out of it, and so many hours coming out of it.
It's just, I feel like prices across the board needs to be dropped ultimately, because I understand why things cost so much, but I also understand they don't really have to. See, CEOs don't need millions and millions of dollars. I live in an apartment. I live in a house. I live in a tiny house, which is essentially an apartment. It's great. I love it. I don't need a whole bunch of billions and billions of dollars. I don't have any kids currently. So, I mean, I guess I don't really need millions of dollars, but kids cost money. Oh, I guess maybe I'll eventually have kids. Okay, so.
Things just got real on SGA Live.
So, challenge reminder, SGA Alliance members. The SGA challenge ends at the 24th of this month, so
it's
make
that
sure.
Minecraft survival-y game, right?
Yes, it's Unturned.
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 Right.
It's for Unturned. It's a
Unturned
Steam
for
game.
what?
We released a video, let you know how to download it. It's on Steam. You can download video games. You got this.
Like
we've released.
It scares me.
Yusuf, Najee, you should not have been confused for this long.
Spin,
You should be able to capture at this point,
spin
because we released a video on how to capture. We released a video on Smosh University on how to capture yourself with whatever camera tool you need. Check out Smosh University if you have not already, because we've provided the tools.
Yes.
We're gonna provide the super deep technical information. We'll get there. But until then, SGA challenge is over. 24th of this month. Winner will be announced on the 1st of May, my sister's birthday. Not that you really needed that information, but you got it now. It's useless. Also, if you are not already a part of the Smosh Games Alliance, go to smoshgamesalliance.com and sign up now. We won't take your money. There's a lot of parents that are like, well, what if they take your money? We do this every Friday. We have a channel that just reached 6 million subscribers. Thank you very much. We have the Smosh channel, which is what, at like 40 million? We're not gonna take your money. And if we did, I'm pretty sure it'd be really easy to track us down. So, Smosh Games Alliance, you have nothing to lose, especially if you're not making anything already. Join us, be a part of the community. Let's have fun together. Ungawa, Black Power. So,
Yeah, all that.
one of the things that we've started doing, that we've been doing in Smosh U, and
He goes.
I just go. One of the things that we've been doing is Smosh U, and there is a point for reflection and interaction and immediate feedback. We're not mean, but the immediate feedback can come from you and showing you what you're capable of doing with even just the homework. And this is actually really exciting because there's some amazing videos. So I want to show you 3 homework videos. Because it's not just me, it's an alliance. We want to show you 3 Atomic Mari biggest fan. Oh, that's funny because Atomic Mari's biggest fan, when he's in Lizard's Twitch stream, is biggest Lizard's fan.
He could be the biggest fan of
He could be the biggest fan of many gorgeous women. I don't blame him. If we do we have the hashtag homeworks ready? Okay, so we're gonna do 3, and then we're gonna take a little break and do some things, and then 3 more. But the first hashtag homework comes from Selfie.
That's not good. That's not called that anymore. That has a different meaning now.
Hashtag homework?
No, she said you just went Bill Cosby, and I said that has a different meaning.
Yeah,
now.
we can't reference him anymore. I didn't drug anybody. So the first hashtag homework is from Selfie. Selfie had a Titanfall clip that we reviewed, and we joked. It was funny. We joked about like, oh, it's Selfie, and it's a really good clip, and it's cool, but it might be a dude, and he might have a gray pubic hair penis, and we didn't know what.
Okay.
I don't know if anyone actually said that. Can we just go on record and say no one actually said that?
Actually, Joven said that. And
We're not
I always say
okay, I
Joven
believe-
said.
I believe
Yeah,
you.
see, there you go.
Boobs.
See, there you go.
That's-
So
Show down as a Sohinki.
Or don't.
So we got to introduce. It's actually Selfie.
Whipped your hair.
Watch USNM. That's really funny. SELPHIE. So the homework for the cameras episode of Smosh University was use your camera, learn to use your tools, and do something with it instead of just having it. Figure out what your tools are, which is the most important thing. If you have a weapon in your hand, you're not as useful if you don't know how to use the damn weapon. Learn how to use your weapons, your tricks of trade, so that you can become an elite warrior, champion, master of whatever it is that you do, that you choose to do. Do we have the, you ready? Yeah, I'm ready.
Roll that clip.
roll.
Well, hi. In case you're really confused by that video, which I'm sure you probably are, my Titanfall video was just recently shown in the latest SGA Live, and the guys didn't seem to know who or what I was. They weren't sure if I was some weird, creepy old man with a girl's picture or a dog. And so that's where this video came about. You know, let's plays of taking walks and stuff like that, so that's what I decided to do. I thought it was really funny. I figured if the guys, you know, were confused by my name or who or what I was, then odds are other people are probably going to be confused too. So, this is me. This is Selfie, so there's no more confusion. This is me. This is the girl behind those voiceless, faceless videos that I've got up right now. I was playing those. Those are me. Playing with my friends. Yeah.
No, you just keep going till you lose.
I don't think they can hear audio.
No.
Or someone said where's audio. So there's just that one person.
Oh, this is opponent 10. You're back
I'm back.
on.
Oh. I'm watching this feed. I'm in this world. I'm like interacting with them. So that was Selfie.
Edit that out, guys. Edit that
cut
part
that out.
Please.
It's weird. We'll fix it in post.
Wes,
Segues
can you
are hard.
Edit that part out.
Yeah, Wes, please. So Selfie, she took a video of her dog. Like she was like,
Yeah, it was
I
pretty
was in
adorable.
a video.
I'm sorry, I'm focused on fighting.
That's okay.
The dog was cute, though, I will say.
Mari made a really interesting observation about Selfie's background.
Oh yeah, the Mario and Link just kind of hanging from their necks.
Yeah, they're just
Is that
dead.
what we should do with Yoshi?
They're just fleshy dead.
Just
Just
like
hang
that.
him. Like
Hang
he's
him
just,
from his neck.
I feel like that
wait,
would be a
can't
hate
see it.
crime against dinosaurs.
There we go. That is Selfie's ball right there.
Do we have a dinosaur hate crime thing? The next clip comes from Michael M. So
Yoshi's
with the
just
homework,
chilling.
we say play with your tools. So Michael did a very interesting
Michael,
thing.
He jerked it.
With his cameras, he has 4. And because he has
Awesome.
4 cameras, he was like, I'm going to do a thing and be outstanding. And this is a pretty damn outstanding thing. So just check out Michael's clip.
Recording. I'm going to kill Angus because he's messaging me. Hello everyone who is watching this video. My name is Mitchell McGinnon and this is a video of me talking. It is my hashtag Smosh Games Alliance homework. I have been told by Flitz and Lasercorn to make an introductory video, explore my camera settings, experiment with a variety of setups, discover the best way to create the look you want to achieve. So what I've done is camera there, camera there, camera there, and camera there. So I've got 4 cameras on me and I've got that light and that light on me. So yeah, this is my main camera. This is the camera I usually use for recording games, and if I can get a look at it, it is a JVC Averio. And this is my iPod Touch 5. This is a webcam, and this is another webcam. That one's external, that one's built into the PC that it's in. It's a Acer Iconia W701 tablet that I got from school.
It's very
that's
cool,
great.
right? That's super duper cool, right? Like,
I liked it.
For one thing, it's like you can find your best camera angle that way.
yeah.
It's like
I
it's a
haven't thought
good
of
way to see that. It's like, oh, like I don't like this camera angle, but I do like this camera angle with that lighting.
I'm impressed that he synced every damn camera.
That's true. Yeah.
Like, I don't know what he uses to edit, but for us, if we're gonna sync multiple cameras, we're using Premiere and the multicam feature to make sure, like, and you can master switch. I feel like he uses Vegas because of because of the video effect
Yeah,
he used.
let us know.
I'm very curious, Mike. Like, good job. Like, and that is. I mean, that's freaking
I feel
cool.
like getting reactions, you know, and like getting the right reactions, different camera angles give it a different feel for it.
Like if
and
you played horror games.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, that'd
Yeah.
be great for horror games.
Yeah.
That's so because it almost looks like a prank camera angle or like a surveillance camera angle that like for a horror game
Yeah.
that would look so great.
Well, one of the things that I don't think a lot of people know is YouTube is working on a feature where you can have a bunch of different footage at different angles, and you can switch between the footages live.
Right.
Have you seen this?
Yes, I have seen that. They did it with like a concert.
Yeah,
they
right,
did it
right,
with
right.
concert. So with that
Good job,
being
good job.
used,
No, it just reminded me of the concert. That's so cool, and you could switch. But the thing was, it was like a little out of sync sometimes.
yeah, and that's where I feel like they're perfecting it.
Yeah.
But if that's a thing he continues to do, he could create a whole different kind of experience
That's interesting.
with his gaming and then the interaction with him on his channel.
Well,
So
you know what's interesting about it is if YouTube allows you to do that, it would cut down the editing time
yeah,
for us.
Yep.
Because you wouldn't actually have to, for everyone actually, because you wouldn't actually have to like set up the multicams. You would just cut the most interesting stuff into the video, put it in, and then be like, you could look at just the face cams, or you could look at Wes's gameplay,
or if you're watching Mari
Sohinki's
crap,
gameplay,
you'd be like,
right?
hey, you just want to watch Mari because.
And it's like when
You're wearing
Lasercorn's really
sweatpants.
being super quiet. It's like, what's he doing?
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. And then you can watch his gameplay and figure he's building something amazing.
Yeah.
I feel like if anything, that opens the doors for not only Let's Plays, but even podcasts. If you choose to do a video game podcast and you want to, you can learn also a valuable skill set when it comes to media production and switching. Because then you can choose your focus points and you'll learn how to focus on the points that matter in a live situation. There is a lot of potential there, and that's pretty damn amazing. So thank you,
it's
Future
awesome.
Internet. The next video comes from That Deaf Gamer. If you do not know
Oh man, this is the coolest.
who That Deaf Gamer is, we covered him, I think, last week because he released his first Let's Play video. The week before, or the week before that, sheesh, how long have we been around? We gave him a piece of advice that he took that utilizes the YouTube closed caption feature, as well as he put his own little stank on it by adding text-to-speech feature, as well as using American Sign Language, which we have friends who know it, and you don't really know that anybody even knows the American Sign Language until they run into a deaf person and they're like, and it's like, what are you doing? Are those gang signs? I don't know. No, you're just having a regular conversation, civil. Cool, that's awesome. So That Deaf Gamer released a video for his homework for the Cameras episode of Smosh U. And, I mean, he covers a good amount of ground about who he is and how he will be entertaining your face. The most amazing thing about this kid is he's hilarious. And
Yeah.
he has a
Yeah.
great sense of humor.
It's so
and
good.
that is very important because that transcends anything you may expect or desire or even thought you could imagine. His sense of humor breaks through all of that, and it's a beautiful thing. So
It's one of the best Let's Plays I've watched.
it's
on
one
The
of the
Last
best
of
Let's
Us.
Plays, but we're gonna watch his intro video because we're gonna get introduced to that deaf gamer.
Hello, my name is The Deaf Gamer, and I'm a video game commentator here on YouTube. Now what makes me stand out from all the other same old gaming commentators here? Well, for starters, I have a pretty kick-ass robotic voice, and I incorporate deaf culture using closed captioning, text-to-speech, and American Sign Language. That has never been done here before, and I'm happy to share who I am with the gaming community. I do a lot of different games on the PS3, PS4, computer, you name it. So I can't wait to see what's to come because if I can say one thing about this, it's a hell of a lot of fun. And I hope you enjoy this just as much, if not more. A Deaf Gamer, signing off.
That's awesome.
That's amazing because that is the perfect example of the perception of the handicapped versus the handy-capable. He's created something new out of our culture because and through not only our technology, which raises us up as humans and advances us as we create it and move faster and fly higher and reach farther and cure all sorts of freaking magical diseases that we didn't even know exist. This is now a point of communication. It's if you use there's a term, ontological design, which means as we create our environment around us and the tools we use, they create us back. This is a thing where we've created it, and now he has the ability to express who he is as a person, and it is creating him back. It is now he is becoming and evolving and embracing who he can be as an entertainer, as opposed to this person who was a victim and sitting on a sideline having to wait for something to come about to make sense to him. That's beautiful because he's on the same damn level as all of us, and I think honestly, like I'm super happy. I'm super grateful. I'm grateful that he is joined the Alliance and has tuned in to be able to interact with us so that we can grow together because that's not anything I'd ever seen before.
No. His Let's Play was awesome.
His Let's Play was
he was
awesome.
playing Last of Us.
Yeah.
And it was a whole new experience for me to watch a Let's Play. I've never seen it like that before because it's no longer you get to focus on the words that are being said as opposed to like, just like somebody yelling and getting a reaction
As opposed
out
to just
of
someone
the
doing
yell.
what we do.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. You focus on like the intricacies of what somebody is saying, as opposed to like somebody just going whoa, whoa, and what we do, we react because that's our knee-jerk reaction. But
It's
he
like,
had
we
poignant
suck, but
things
he's
to
awesome.
say. He was really funny.
Yeah.
He was witty. And I think that's the big takeaway here. It's a new way of seeing the same old thing, and I think that's great.
Yeah,
I feel really
it's very
grateful
outside the box.
that we were one of the first people to be able to see it.
Well,
I think it's huge.
You and I said the same thing when we watched his gameplay. We were like, "Oh my god, I kind of want to cry!" Like
Yeah.
because it gave that many feels.
Yeah, we were both really weak.
We were like,
oh,
it's exciting. It's exciting. It's also exciting to be able to help
Yeah.
others.
Yeah.
There's a great heart swell
Yeah.
that comes with
A heart swell that would melt the heart of even the Grinchiest.
the Grinchiest Grinch.
By
Okay,
that we're talking about Joven.
Yeah,
we are talking about Joven.
he's an old man.
Okay, so yesterday and today, we tweeted, tweet your questions to us as we will be live with the hashtag SGA Live. Jon Snow, Hinky, there is Matt, and then there is John. John, who is in the background, he doesn't really like to be seen, but he likes to make you guys' life easier and better. John Sohinki has been sending me your questions. We'll do our best to answer them. Some of them might be silly and goofy. Some of them might be dead serious. So, the first question is for Sohinki.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is actually for Sohinki. I have been watching your stream on Hearthstone and
Uh-huh.
was wondering what deck/character was the best for beginners, and that is from @DallasWix.
Probably Hunter. Hunter is the best class for beginners because it requires the least amount of advanced cards to build a deck that works. So there you go.
Good
Simple
answer. Good
Yeah,
answer.
it's a simple answer.
Good. It's a very simple answer. I don't play Hearthstone, but you're playing a lot. we had a meeting earlier, and Sohinki and Davis from Warp Zone are just sitting there talking about Hearthstone while Davis is playing Hearthstone on his phone.
Yep. We're trying to sit around talking about Pokemon.
Yeah, we're trying to talk about
Hey,
Pokemon.
that was only at the beginning of the meeting, okay?
The next question. Are you looking at some of the SGA challenge videos? What is some of the things that us as a community can improve on? And that is from Sir_Reyes. I would say if you want to improve on anything, once you figured out how to do what people you idolize do, once you figure out what others do, once you figure out your voice,
She's figuring out her voice right now.
she is figuring out a voice that's made of sand. Once you figure out your voice, get outside of the box. Get as far outside of the box as makes sense to you. Because if it makes sense to you, it's going to make sense to someone else. And have fun. That is how you improve. You improve by having fun. You climb a tree. You keep climbing a tree until you can climb a tree like nobody's friggin' business. Then all of a sudden you're a tree climbing master. Have fun in exploring what you're capable of and doing what you do. Don't say this won't work, this won't work. Try. If it won't work the way you think it should work, figure out another way to make it work. That is how you improve as an individual. That's how you build a skill set. That's how you can do things that it seems no other body can do. That's how you figure things out. You want to improve? Figure out what works for you. Explore what works for you. Explore things beyond what is normal, because normal is complacency. Complacency is boring and death. That's really dark. But that is, I mean, it's stopping. Complacency is a stopping point. You want to keep moving. You have momentum. Feed off of the momentum, ride the momentum wave. You'll improve without you even realizing it. You just have to do it for what works for you. Certain capture card that works best for streaming.
Oh wait, before that, I want to add to that. Watching your own videos, don't be afraid to look at what doesn't work as well. And it's difficult watching yourself on camera and being like, oh man, that sucks. Like, these things are not working. But you have to be honest with yourself. You have to be humble. And sometimes it's the hardest thing to do. I remember when I started Smosh Pit Weekly, I would go through like 4 or 5 times because I'm like, oh, it's just not good enough. And so I'd do it again. It would be 4 in the morning, I'd do it again.
You start chopping
It'd be
words.
6 in the morning, and I'd do it again. And it's because I'm finding things where I'm like, oh, I never knew I sounded like that when I say that. Like, when I'm stating something, I'm like, oh, I didn't know I sounded like, you know, so prissy. Like, I didn't want to just sound like that. And so I've learned a lot about myself and how I come across, and I've improved upon it. There's still so much to improve, but I know a lot about myself now, watching myself play back on video. So learn from that and grow from that, and you know, find things about yourself. Maybe you have like a weird like thing you do with your hand all the time. And you're like, oh, I need to like stop that. And it's a good improvement. You're growing as a person.
And be picky. Like about yourself, and don't feel bad when you notice things you're doing wrong. Just use it as a way to get better. It's weird, like stupid stuff. Like I used to notice in videos when I smiled, I'd only smile with half of my mouth, and I was like, that's a weird thing to do.
Did you improve that now?
Oh yeah.
No, I mean, like, you thought about it enough that now you don't do it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I try not to, and then like, I don't know. I used to just be way more. I'm getting my ass kicked right now. I used to just be way more boring, and like monotone and stuff. Like it's just like, hey guys, it's Sohinki here.
I think there's one thing, like, you guys watch our videos and we're very animated and we have come to a place where we have found ourselves.
Yeah.
It's taken a long time, and there's still things about ourselves that we're like, oh, I need to not do that, or I need to work on that. You know, like, we're not perfect by any means, and I think that's a really, really big thing to remember, that we're still improving ourselves. There's constant, you know, feedback from each other, and we're always still, you know, thinking about
How to improve?
Yeah. You know, I mean, Sohinki, for example, saw a video of his and he's like, I'm so monotone. And this is recent because he knows it's been something he's been working on. He's like, oh, it was so boring. This video is going to turn out bad because I'm monotone, blah, blah, blah. It turned out great. But it's still something that he was self-conscious about. We all have things that we're self-conscious about.
That's what pushes you to do harder.
Yeah.
And I don't like to use I don't like to use the word try harder because trying implies failure. I'll try. That you're giving yourself a chance to fail. No, you'll do.
You know
instead of trying, do. Aim to do. Trying, that means like I don't know. But usually, if it only has to do with you, I almost cursed. You do it. Trying has to do with if it has to do with someone else and their energy and what they want to do and don't want to do. But when it comes to doing, that's all you. You better do the damn thing. That's where that comes from. Do the damn thing. Like, ain't nothing to it but to do it. All of that. Like,
Yeah.
were you gonna say? Sorry.
I forgot.
That's hilarious. There was a question about the best capture card that works best for streaming. That depends on you and your machine. There is no one right answer for that.
Yeah, if you're streaming PC games, you don't even need a capture card.
Yeah.
If you're only streaming.
If you're only streaming PC games, you don't need a capture card. And you don't even need one if you're capturing PC games. There's programs that can just capture right off your PC. So,
Like?
like Fraps. Fraps makes kind of big files, but Fraps is a good one if you have a lot of hard drive space.
OBS.
OBS is a good one.
OBS is free as damn. You just have to
As
figure it out.
damn.
Free as damn.
I thought damn cost $1.
Oh no, damn is free. Water costs $1.
Yeah.
What is the best way for a new channel to make a good intro and outro video? Or animation, and that's from Cookie Rise. Yeah, that's Cookie Rise. I mean that's a very broad general question. You have to figure out what your voice is, what makes sense to you, your timing, and that's something that you figure out by literally just doing it. There's no best way.
You know what's insane? When you're finding your voice on the internet, you're basically branding.
Yes.
And branding
yes.
is a thing that we didn't learn about until we were adults, right?
Yeah.
So like when it's like branding, it's like Mari, ballerina, plays games, likes to pretend she can kick ass, right? That's like a branding sort of thing. Like Sohinki, hardcore gamer, wears hoodies. You know, like that's branding. So it's like you know a person by a few key terms. And by starting out YouTube as a young person, that's what you're doing already. You're creating
your
branding
persona.
words. Yeah, persona
You're
on
the
the
extension
internet.
of yourself.
Which is a huge thing. When I was 11, I didn't know what I was. I had no idea. And it might change in the next 2 years, and then the next 4 years, and then the next 10 years, who knows? You might be a completely different person. But look at who you are now and what you like and make that your tool for becoming the person you are online. Doesn't always have to match.
And
the
it will
person
evolve.
you are
It will
in
actually
person.
evolve.
Well,
the
I think
person
it
you
stems
are.
from who you are.
Yeah, because like I said, it'll evolve the person you are because you'll become so in tune with who you are and who you can be. When you're in the public eye, you'll be able to call back to that and be more so a life of the party.
Like any persona, though, anything that you brand yourself with will blow up exponentially.
Yeah.
Like Sohinki probably mentioned like a few times that he loved red pandas, and now he's like the
captain
internet's
of red
like
pandas.
red
Yeah.
panda king of the internet.
Red
Drowning
Panda
in red
Squad.
panda ass.
I mean, people send red panda stuff all the time in the mail because that's now become his branding. And it's interesting how things just take off. I'm sure there's been other things that you've said that you have liked that just didn't take off.
Yeah.
The slow Loris, for example.
The slow
You
Loris.
just like
With
lazy
the eating
animals.
of the
He
one
eats a
rice.
little banana. No, he has the little banana
He has
pieces.
the rice ball too, where he eats
You know
like
what's
one
depressing
rice
about
at a
slow
time.
lorises, though?
They're slow.
They're poisonous.
Are they really?
Poisonous monkey.
That's even awesomer.
Yeah, he's so.
It's like
They
they're
secrete-
so adorable.
they secrete
and it's like,
poison.
I'm poisonous.
They secrete poison from their elbows, and then they like lick the poison so that if they bite something, then the poison will go into the
So
bite
they just
wound.
need lotion, is what you're saying.
Yeah, they're just
If
ashy.
yeah, they're just ashy, and when they bend their arms, their elbows crack and bleed and poison.
Wow, Slow Loris as a fighting character would be awesome because it's just throwing bows the whole time.
think
And
he
then
would.
he
I
and then he
think-
gets
I think
finished,
he
and then he
gets
just
beat
eats
up
a
really
banana. He's like,
I think he get really beat up really fast.
That's amazing. I
This
want a Slow
question
Loris fighting character.
is actually really, I mean, it kind of touches on what we've talked about already, but how do you become more expressive for your videos? And I don't mean that in text or anything, but how? 3 question marks. And that's from Husky Gamer Guy.
I think it's important to remember that you don't always have to be expressive. I think there's
That's a good, yeah.
because I mean us on this channel, we're all very vocal, and when we're not on camera, we're constantly yapping about, you know, like arguing about dumb things or just we all need attention, so we're always talking. Yeah.
some people get away with like being quote like I wouldn't say like I don't understand. Like I'll watch myself not saying a lot of stuff. And maybe it's just like the quality of what you're saying, but I'm like, man, that's boring. But then I watch other YouTubers sometimes, like, and they don't say much at all. Like, there's a lot of, like, there's like a couple seconds a lot of times where they're not saying anything, but they're still interesting. I'm like, how do they do that?
Yeah.
How do they do that? I need that secret.
I think, well, maybe it's just not you, and that's okay. You know, there are some people out there who can play a game like Mortal Kombat, and their way of saying is like, oh wow, oh there goes my knee, and there's my head. You know, and like, and that's funny. It's like kind of like watching comedians. Some comedians are really really loud, and some comedians are just like,
that's a great comparison.
Oh my god,
what's up,
that was
everyone?
crazy.
You know, and you're like, whoa, that works. That's so weird that like a slow,
see
calming
it.
voice works, as opposed to like, oh, I'm real loud and kooky. So just remember, you don't have to be that person. You don't always have to be the clown.
And then this is gonna be the last question for this section. I lost it.
Oh, that was awesome. Did they see that? They saw the combo. That was awesome.
Yeah, but I'm getting pooped
Do it
on
again.
Oh, okay. Last
Okay.
question for now, at least. I would like to know,
Yeah.
is it bad to self-advertise your channel on another, as I
jeez.
was told by another YouTube during a Q&A to advertise? That's from Tech Stopper.
You mean like advertise your own?
I feel like that
In
means
another
like,
video?
hey guys, come look at my channel. Ooh, I'm good, or I'm looking for subscribers, and check it out. I'm not spammy. Don't
It
do
does
that.
look like spam.
Don't-
I mean, it's
It's
not classy.
spam.
It's not classy. It's soliciting. It's like soliciting in front of 7-Eleven where you're trying to sell a Gatorade when they sell Gatorades already inside for a reasonable price. It's kind of undercutting. Not taking anything away from the person who's streaming, but it does. It takes away attention because you have to pay attention to this comment and who is this person, and it changes the thought pattern because now I have to check out this new thing. They're not always good. Not saying you're bad, but they're not always good.
I think if-
they're just searching for numbers.
I think if you advertise on someone's channel, like don't just do it. You get to ask, like,
Yeah.
and like sometimes people aren't even advertising. Like people will be like, hey, can I post this link? And I'll be like, sure, and then they post the link and it's fine. But don't just go on someone's channel and be like, hey, look at this,
subscribers.
check me out.
Yeah.
I'm just a small channel trying to grow. Like we ignore all those comments, not because like we don't want to check out the channel, because
That's not the forum for this.
Yeah.
This isn't the platform.
Yeah.
exactly.
And that's the thing. So one of the things we super duper touch on
My hand
all
hurts.
the time,
Do stuff.
and Armor Studios, ARMR, which is a mix-up of, almost a mix-up of my government name. Advertise in all your social pages, Tumblr, Twitter, Facebook, etc. And that is exactly it. Advertising on Facebook on an already popular YouTuber's channel is not the way to go, because that is looking to piggyback. That's inorganic. You want to build an audience that is your audience, that love you for you. That happens through a lot of work consistency and advertising yourself and your brand and who you are across all of the customizable social media platforms.
determination, being positive,
Being a lion.
doing the damn thing.
With that said, with piggybacking, I think the only way to rightfully do it is to collab and to find people to collaborate with.
That is the best. That is,
Because at that point, you're giving something as much as you're getting something back. And, you know, you have to start small with collaborations and then work your way up. Or, you know, maybe you get lucky and someone's like, yeah, sure, come in, let's do this.
I mean, we have 6 million subscribers, and we've collaborated with people that have like 200,000. And 200,000 sounds like a whole lot to you, but like as a percentage of like, we're not really gaining something from collabing with them, but we just want to because we think they're talented and stuff. So that kind of stuff does happen. But yeah, I think you should always try to be collaborating. And don't always, like, when you're starting out, I don't think there's like no one that's too small to collaborate with.
There's never anybody that's too small.
And there's never,
if they
talent
just
is
don't
talent.
fit.
If there was someone that had 10 subscribers, but we were like, holy jeez, like this guy is so good.
Yeah.
Then we would totally collaborate.
Yeah,
with him.
and you may never know. Like maybe you've been doing videos by yourself and you collaborate with someone and you're like, oh my gosh, we're so funny together. Let's try making videos together. Maybe that's going to be a thing. I mean, look at Ian and Anthony. They've been a duo forever, and of course they're great by themselves, but them together, they're a force to be reckoned with. They're so funny together.
I tried to fight both of them one time, didn't work out. But one-on-one, I had a better shot. You know what I mean?
But you know, I mean, like speaking of piggybacking, like that's how I came to be on the internet. You know, like Ian and Anthony just scooped me up out of nowhere.
Her dad piggybacked on her mom, and then here she is.
Mom and dad being Ian and Anthony.
Yeah.
And it's like that's the only way I came to be on the internet, and it's that's bloody. And so yeah, just don't be afraid of collaboration. If anything, seek out collaboration as much as you possibly can.
Agreed.
So, you know, collaborate. And you know where you can collaborate? On the SmoshGamesAlliance.com dashboard. So if you haven't signed up for the Smosh Games Alliance, sign up.
Nice plug.
Because you can communicate with your fellow Smosh Games Alliance members and request a collaboration. If you're not a part of the Smosh Games Alliance, SmoshGamesAlliance.com, and sign up. You have nothing to lose unless you're already gaining so much.
Oh, that dragon
Also,
died.
I don't know what that was. I did an eye thing. The Smosh Games Alliance Challenge is over. April 24th. What month is this? April 24th, the Smosh Games Alliance Challenge. It will be ending. We'll be announcing the Alliance Challenge contestant winner. So many words. On the 1st of May. So you still have time to get your on the 1st of the month when you get your welfare check.
Wake up.
So if you have not
make your bids and put 'em up.
started playing, the game is
wake
unturned. It's on Steam. You can download it. It's completely free. It's kind of like Minecraft meets DayZ, and then they fornicated and it had this weird, simple baby.
This is really gross to
We
me
talking
right now.
about we talking about fornication again? What?
It's
How?
Flitz.
Why can't you just call it like merging?
Because
merging,
that could be Dragon Ball Z
fornication.
characters.
Or like
Fusing.
entwined, you know, something is getting
that could be
entwined.
cuddling. There needs to
But
be
like
something
saying
born
like
from
this
it.
and this had a baby, that's like a thing. So he's just saying fornicated.
Okay.
Yeah, sometimes a
guess
mommy
so.
game and a daddy game to get together.
Mommy, yeah, and they
and they have
then
a
they
steam
coitus.
baby. They have a steam baby, and then all of a sudden, you're covered in white stuff. So,
We're not. Oh, there we are.
so I want to cover the next aspect of the homework videos.
Oh no. What happened?
If you're just tuning
Oh,
in,
Scorpion.
if you
Scorpion
missed
on
the
everyone.
first run of the homework videos, after Smosh U, we do this thing. It's
Good job.
hashtag
Oh,
homework,
yeah.
where we
Joven, catching
give
it.
you a project to do.
Ooh,
Sometimes
peek.
we'll check it. We'll let you know if we're going to check it. Sometimes we don't.
no.
And then, since
Scorpion's
we do
just
this every
getting his
damn
ass kicked.
Friday, we can share your homework and let
elbow,
people
oh.
know
Oh
what they
man,
can
Johnny
do.
Cage doing work.
We will never put you down
Nope.
for what you do
Hey,
because
hey, hey,
this
hey.
is about exploration and fun and growth together. So,
Yes.
That being said,
Yeah.
the first clip comes from, what does this say? Jarvis? Did I write Jarvis? I can't read my own handwriting. Jarls? Oh, that's an L. Okay, so the first video comes from Jarls, and it's very interesting, and it's very good because Jarls made his video for his homework, but what Jarls figured out was he can explore beyond what we told him to do and create something out of it. And what he got out of it was a new intro video for his channel. So this is Jarls' newest video for his channel that came about from SGA homework. So.
Oh hey, didn't see you there. Welcome to my channel. Hey guys, I'm Greg Cascade, and on this channel you'll see me get excited over nothing.
I've won! I've won!
Play educational games.
Goddamn cock breath coming, motherfuckers!
As always, extremely exciting gameplay. So if you want to see more and have fun, and I know you will, then hit that subscribe button, or I will find you.
I took a page out of Lasercorn's book.
So good.
That was like in the Lasercorn voice too.
That's like, that just shows you like the power of editing. I swear to
Yeah.
God. There's so many
Yeah.
things where you're just like, oh, the power of editing is just, it makes an interesting moment in real life magical.
And it's fun because
Ball
he's exploring. We told him to do one thing, which is literally play with your tools, test your camera, figure out what angle works for you, and instead.
You gotta be kind of specific when you say play with your tools.
Well,
though,
I don't want to be
I don't think
specific because I
anyone
like
thought of
the
that.
outside of the
Because-
box.
Not
Well,
one
I was
person
thinking,
thought of that.
Oh, you're thinking penis.
Yeah.
Yeah, no one thought of that.
I mean, it's a funny thing to think about.
Yeah,
though.
you're in third grade.
Yeah. Well, have you seen our channel's humor?
True. Okay.
It's,
I
it
had
was
one moment of me being an adult.
No, you're
Sorry.
not allowed.
it was
no.
great. I
Slice,
think it's
punch.
great, and
Kill 'em.
I mean,
Oh, nice.
applauding people who.
Play with their
they
tools?
explore. They play with their tools. I didn't want to say it. It would have been kind of inappropriate, but I had to say it. Play with your tools. Get
Why
to
are we
know
talking about
yourself.
masturbation? This is a gaming.
We were talking about messing with
Yeah, we were
cameras
talking
and
about-
stuff.
Oh, what?
Like cameras
I
and
thought
editing.
You
What
were
were you
talking
talking
about.
about? Where's your
Okay,
mind?
I don't.
Yeah, why is your mind in the gutter?
Jeez. Okay, so the next video comes from Studio Rejects. Very
Oh my God.
creative
Locked
Locked in.
Getting wrecked.
collective of dudes. I don't know how many of them there are, but in this video,
wrecked again.
there are two.
thought
They
it
get
was
very creative with the annotation at the end, which you won't be able to click on, so don't try.
You're just pressing one
Also,
I don't know anything of this.
You could look
they
it up.
do their own sound and animation, which they're ecstatic about, and they're really good. We won't show it here, but on their YouTube channel, if you check them out, they released a Sword Art Online video where they're basically going through like the different menus. They played with, I guess they did it in After Effects. I don't actually know, but it's amazing, and it definitely shows. The
I didn't
great,
get
the
wrecked.
vast
Look at how
assortment
close
of
he was.
talent that exists within
Dying.
our huggable alliance. So yeah, this video is from Studio Rejects. Check it out.
What's going on, everybody? We're here at Reject Studios with our director, Michael. My name is Eugene, your sound engineer. Now, what we got here in Reject Studios, got a variety of videos such as
Gameplay,
skits,
short films,
more skits.
animation,
Did I mention more skits?
original music,
More skits.
and porn.
On a separate channel.
Did they say porn?
They're gonna do porn. They said they're gonna do porn.
Yeah, no, what?
No, that wasn't me.
Oh, that was for you. Okay. No, it's just, the thing that I noticed immediately was the quality of the camera was very good.
Yeah,
The quality of the audio was good.
yeah.
I love the humor of the music, like the classy.
I prefer
the
classical
classy
music when it comes to
music.
humor stuff.
And they're
Personally,
like,
on my
skits.
stuff. I love it. Yeah.
That's really funny.
So
Man, it's all cold.
I mean, the fact that they released the Sword Art Online like type dealie is pretty damn amazing, and that I feel like there's going to be a lot of awesome things coming out of them. The next video is damn mind-blowing because there are things done in this video that I didn't know could be done with a freaking Xbox One. So this is very interesting. It's from Slick Gamer, and he uses one of the, in the Smosh U we cover different capturing platforms, and the Kinect was one of them. we did not realize the level of things that you could do with the Kinect, and Slick Gamer just shows them off. So check this shies out.
Check that.
What's up, everybody? I'm Slick Tactics of the channel Slick Gamer 29. This is my SGA homework. They told us to show off our little camera effects, and for my camera, I use the Kinect 2 from Xbox One. It has a lot of great features. I used to use my laptop, but that's on the fritz, so basically all my editing stuff comes from Upload. And ever since the update, Upload's been very useful for me. It does a lot of cool stuff. It has tons of special effects like the multiplying, and that intro that you saw does like a whole bunch of stuff. You can have an epic background, you can have your own gameplay in the background. So to me, it's a really great feature.
Well, how did he?
That was awesome.
I don't know. I really don't know. Like, that's the thing. I think it's really amazing because I didn't know you could do that.
If you can put your gameplay in the back, that's
you can.
Like great, because that's like green screen almost. Somehow.
Well, later in the video he does it, and he goes by Slick Tactics. His YouTube channel is like Slick Gamer like zero. What is it? I don't know. Slick Gamer like zeros. I don't know. We'll maybe put it in the description.
He's so calm about it. Is my favorite thing.
Slick Gamer 29. The thing that's amazing about that is even with Mario Sohinki sitting there like, wait, what? He did that on the Xbox? He did it on the Kinect? You don't need, like, if you don't have the computer, you can still do something amazing. That's his intro video. He did it on Xbox, recording with the Kinect, with all the effects, like, and everything. That's amazing. That's beautiful. Sweet. And that is, again, it comes back around to why I'm so excited about Windows integrating with the video game console, with the Xbox One. I don't even know. Like, I really don't know what to say.
I want to know how that was done.
Because later in the video, he pulls up his video game footage, and he points to it, and it's in a corner, and it's his video game footage as he's sitting there explaining it.
He's just in front of it.
I don't know. It's magic.
It's all magic.
It's tech magic.
Sorcery.
Sorcery.
He's a witch.
He's a wizard. He's an African shaman. So I would say definitely check his stuff out. He loves fighting games. I don't know. I kind of want to fight him. I feel like me and Sohinki should fight him in Mortal Kombat or something. He likes
in Mortal Kombat, not in real life. He looks like an imposing gentleman.
I feel like we should beat him up and kick him in the face a few times. Okay, so more questions have arrived. And this time, so the first round, it was very advice heavy. But some of you guys want us to converse about what's hot in the streets of in the internet streets today. What's the haps, the buzz, so I don't even think we're gonna dwell on any of this. Hey Flitz, how did you like the new Game of Thrones episode from Alexander Vanderwall? I didn't watch it. Don't spoil it for me.
You didn't watch it?
Nope, because I like to wait weeks before I sit down and watch Game of Thrones because I like to watch 3 to 6 episodes in one sitting.
You can watch 4 right now.
Yeah, that's true. You can watch 4 right now if you're.
Do I have to?
But don't do that because you have to allegedly get them illegally.
Allegedly steal them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just saying you could have done it.
I could have.
It's a
but
thing
I could
that
do a lot
people
of things.
done.
I could do a lot of things.
Oh,
that doesn't mean I should. Like anal.
Ah.
So, Sohinki, what is your favorite gaming franchise? And that comes from Draco Pyre 321.
My favorite franchise. I'm gonna have to say Twisted Metal.
Really?
Really?
Yes.
That's surprising.
I don't know if you can call a game that's only had 2 a franchise.
Well, I was gonna say Portal,
Twisted Metals have more.
No, I'm talking about Dota.
Oh.
Yeah, because people that's what people expect me to say.
And it's also born from a mod. I
yeah.
mean,
I'm gonna say Twisted Metal. Twisted Metal was the first game that I ever played like all night. We didn't have enough money when the PlayStation first came out to buy a PlayStation, We still just had like Sega Genesis for a while. But Blockbuster, this thing you could rent a system.
Blockbuster's this old video store. It was blue and yellow. You could rent videos from it.
Yeah.
It's dead now, like dinosaurs.
But you could also rent video games, and at one point they were like you could rent video game system for like the weekend. So we rented the PlayStation, and it came with Twisted Metal and some racing game, I think. But we just played Twisted Metal like all night.
It doesn't even matter what the racing game was.
It didn't matter what the game was. And then we it blew our minds when we figured out you could shoot like the freeze out and stuff and go invisible and all that craziness. And then Twisted Metal 2, and then the rest of them you don't really talk about.
Yeah,
And
but then Black was good.
Twisted Metal
Black
was
was amazing.
And the PS3 one was really, really good.
It was intense.
It was overlooked because I think people were bummed out that you were playing as factions and not the actual characters.
Yeah.
But I don't know, it was still great, I think.
Mari, do you have a favorite video game? I mean, Assassin's Creed.
Should I just say Assassin's Creed?
Okay.
But then again, with Portal, again, did you call that?
Really? I didn't know Portal was one of your favorites.
Yeah. I love it.
Is it the puzzles? Do you like wrinkling your brain?
I enjoy puzzles. I
the writing is amazing.
enjoy the humor in it. And I really actually enjoyed doing co-op in Portal 2.
Yeah.
It was
I
like
can see that.
trying to
we have
find
to
puzzles with somebody else.
We have to co-op on Assassin's Creed.
Yeah.
We
never
haven't
got
yet.
it made
We
to
haven't,
happen.
and
That's
I'm pretty
right.
high level at this point. We could murder face and have fun. And
I don't know
the Assassin's Creed guild is open. It's called Smosh Games Alliance.
That's right.
So if you wanted to join, but it's
Cabal.
it's on Xbox One.
You see that?
Yeah, Cabal's there, which
And
means he'll probably be a
Sindel
DLC character.
And what's that guy's name? The SWAT dude.
Striker.
Striker. Yeah.
He has a really long face.
And they're all Quan Chi demons now.
Yeah, they're Revenants. I unlocked Revenant Sub-Zero so far.
The skin?
Yeah.
That's cool.
So good. I forgot what I was saying. Oh, my favorite franchise might be hashtag SGA question. Mari, I love you from Jack Thompson. That's Thomas. That's hilarious.
Thanks,
That's,
Jack.
It's not a question. We're gonna have to teach you how to format your
Thanks, Jack.
words. I burped. So
Want to go to a secret garden?
I really burped that as I said words. I didn't mean to. My favorite franchise, Mass Effect and Assassin's Creed. I love Assassin's Creed, and I love what the Assassin's Order stands for, which is freedom. They're very much so about freedom and allowing freedom of choice.
I love historical fiction.
That is, I think that's what the biggest thing. I've learned to embrace and love the freedom, but it was the running through history that attracted me to it. Same with Mass Effect, running through the future, dealing with assorted alien races and fornicating them. That's fun. Like, that's the American dream, right? That's the world dream. Don't all Earthlings just want to be on Earth or somewhere on another planet in space fornicating with blue people or people with scales and stuff? Human evolution and exploration.
I'm just really sad that Nightwolf is a Revenant.
Why?
Because he's like
the last Native American.
Talking about fornicating with blue people, and you're just sad
He's
about.
sad.
Nightwolf came up and he was like, it just makes me like, it's like an allegory for what America did.
Oh. Oh my God. Once again,
He just has one tear.
Getting dark.
Yeah.
On
No.
SGA stream.
Anyway, I wasn't a huge fan of Mass Effect. It's like I like the third one, which is like people that love the franchise hate me for saying that was my favorite one. But I thought like
no, I got it.
I thought the gameplay. I feel like gameplay is king in most games. It's like if your gameplay is really, really fun, you can get away with having a bad story.
I can see that.
But if you have bad gameplay, sometimes the good story gets overshadowed. It's like, well, this game's unplayable even though the story's awesome. Like, so for me, the shooting elements weren't good enough in like 1 and 2. It's just in 3 it just felt so stiff. Like, and it's not like the other thing too was in the second one I got distracted because I was like, okay, this fate of the universe, yada yada yada, but all I care about right now is how do I bang Miranda. Like, not me personally.
No, that's what I was thinking about. That was my thought process.
It's like, oh, like and everyone will like not admit this, but every conversation I overheard everyone having when Mass Effect 2 came out, I was like, oh, did you bang Miranda yet? Yeah, man, it was awesome. You could like, she took her shirt off.
She's just a massive slut.
It's like, did you bang Jax?
Unjudgmentally.
But did you bang Jax though? Like that was.
Wait,
not
in
Jax,
Mortal Kombat?
Jack.
Oh, that's
Jack.
funny.
Yeah.
I was like, wait, what? What mode is that?
Bang Jack.
What?
No,
That's weird.
It's just so funny.
That's
Like
in Mortal
that's
Kombat.
like what everyone talked about, but the game's supposed to be about saving the universe. So I don't know. I wasn't too into. I played like 20 hours, so I really gave it a shot, and I was like, I'm bored. Number 3, I thought was more condensed and.
Yeah, they summed it up and they got their pacing, which I feel like that's been
I'm
happening
looking forward
with a
to
lot
the
of
next
gaming.
one because supposedly, well, there was a rumor that it was going to be on the Frostbite engine, which would just
Yes.
be like amazing. I think.
I
Could actually have
I
good
feel like
shooting.
I feel like E3 they'll give us a little sneaky peeky.
I hope so.
This question comes from Unannoying Navi. And the question is, if you could learn one language you don't already know, what would it be? I like that question. That's a good question.
Ancient Egyptian.
I'm gonna go practical and say Spanish. I live in Southern California, and it would be very useful.
I think I'm gonna go practical and say Chinese.
Chinese.
But your first choice is Ancient Egyptian.
Yes.
Which is really funny because
Yeah.
that's my first choice. Well, Japanese is my first choice.
I would-
but then it goes
yeah.
to Ancient Egyptian. So, but you already know
I mean,
Japanese, so you can't
I
really
would
say
say
that.
Spanish and then Japanese.
Spananese.
Spananese. Those would be my top.
I mean,
two.
I would like to be fluent in Japanese because I speak some, but I'm not trying.
ちょっとね。ちょっと知
少し
ってるね。
少し少しなします。でも
I don't know what's
難しいよ。
もうちょっとでもやればわかるんじゃないのかね。Study a little bit.
あ、はい。勉強。でもとても難しい
Just。got punched in the wiener.
Yeah, I did.
そして time ain't on my side. I have so many other things I want to do.
Is the stream
What
almost
the hell are you
done?
talking about? Why are you
What?
just
No,
asking?
it's
him to-
4:22. You go till 5.
We have 8
Oh.
minutes. No, we
wait,
got
I
to
go till
4:30.
4:30.
Yeah.
I thought it was still 5.
I like this, and this is a question for all of us. What is it like to work at Smosh? And that is from Molly_girl15.
So imagine in your head the best job ever.
I mean, we
it's
really
that.
did. We really did just sit in a room and come up with like random names and
Yeah,
drink and eat pizza
So we like
and laugh.
when we do. We all help write honest trailers, and when we do the Pokemon ones, we have these big meetings where we all come together to come up with funny Pokemon names, for like 150 of them at a time.
And it's a long process.
Yeah, it took like 2 hours, but we had pizza and
And beer.
Yeah, and
And we,
was fun.
And that's how you build a camaraderie with
and
your
then,
friends.
oh my gosh, Resident Checks. Sorry. I just keep getting sad about corrupted people. But anyways, yeah, it's amazing.
I'm curious, Mari, what was it like for you when you first came on? And I'm not talking about the comments or everybody thinking you're sleeping with Ian and or Anthony. The experience, the work experience, what was that like for you?
I come from a very, very Japanese background, and my whole thing is like I must do the best work possible. So I always saw it as a job in which I need to do the best work possible because, you know, like it's very important to come up with like to show your best and to put your best foot forward. And so I think from the very beginning when I was given assignments to work on videos and to edit videos and to write and create stuff, I was thinking mostly about how to do the best job I could possibly do with the work. Of course, you know, like getting recognition and stuff on the internet was exciting and new, but it was also something extremely it was unexpected. And so I think I took it with work first and then all this fun later. I mean, when I first started, it was just Smosh, working on the second channel, and then 2, maybe 3 years down the line, it became Smosh Games. And within Smosh Games, it's just, I'm at a place in my life where I never thought I'd be, where I can just have fun and still say that I have a career and just spend the day with what I can call my best friends. And I think it's like
So sweet. But like for me, when I was younger, it was like my ultimate goal. I didn't really know exactly what I wanted to do, but I was like, I'm not going to be one of these people that dreads waking up in the morning because I have to go to a job that I hate. Like, I'm just not going to do that. And I'm there way sooner than I thought I would be, and it's just like, #blast.
Hashtag blessed.
Hashtag
blessed. Hashtag blessed.
It's also weird though because none of us were like, okay, you know, in 4th grade, like, oh, what do you want to be? It's like none of us were like YouTube.
I'm an internet entertainer because it didn't exist.
Well, you know,
it didn't exist. It was a thing that just it didn't come into your mind because it just was not a thing that was possible.
Well, what's funny and where my tryhardiness comes from is when I was like 12 and 13, I was like, I want to play video games for a living. But at the time, I meant professionally, like competing. Like before esports was even really a thing, me and my brothers used to watch like Counter-Strike tournaments, and you'd have to like find the server in a server list online, and then like connect to the server as a spectator. Like there was no real way to watch. There weren't even casters. You would just watch the match, and I was like, man, I want to compete because there were like prizes where the winning team was getting like
$100.
The CPL, they had $1 million tournament where the winners got like $200,000 or $300,000.
Wow.
Like that. And that was like back then.
Wow.
So I was like, man, I want to play Counter-Strike and be a Counter-Strike player. But then it evolved into like, oh, I want to be. I've just been like, until I got this job, I was like, what's the next game I could try and get really good at? And then I don't know.
It's interesting because in my experience
I've had to
working
let go
here,
of that.
I say it all the time
dreams.
because people are like, how's it going? How's work? And I'm like, everything's great. I can't complain. And that is so very real a place to exist. And I firmly, thoroughly hope that any of you who are watching who are greatly ambitious and have great dreams, I hope you can reach this point in your life and career as well, where you can look up and you can go, I love my job. I love what I do. And instead of waking, I feel like everyone wakes up some mornings and they're like, oh, I don't feel like going into work. But it's not because you hate your job. It's because you may not want to travel.
I'm not a morning person.
Yeah, I'm an all-day person.
I dislike every time I have to wake up with an alarm. But then I'm like, oh. Like I get here and I'm like,
and you're
oh,
like,
it's
yeah.
fun.
And then you play Hearthstone and Dota.
Yeah.
And Mortal Kombat now.
Mortal Kombat. I spent 2 hours this morning practicing Aaron Black combos.
Also, remember that this generation right now, we are consistently creating careers.
Yes.
Careers
Yep.
and, you know, if you think of like the entire like entrepreneur and startup root of it, people have, you know, Nerf guns and slides and, you know, masseuses on hand at their startups. And it's like, that's a normal thing. And you know why? It's because young people are like, well, when I work, I want it to be an awesome environment.
Yeah.
And you can do that. That's the thing. You can do anything at this point. Everything is just laid out on the table because of the internet.
Valve is one of those forward-thinking companies. Like, I remember hearing a couple of years ago that, like, if there's not a job opening at Valve, but you think there's a hole where they're, like, missing something, you can, like, pitch them a job that you would do. And if they think it's
freaking
like,
awesome.
Yeah, it's like, if they think that's a good idea, it's like, you're hired for that job that you just made up.
Just always be forward thinking. And, you know, maybe being on YouTube playing video games isn't going to be the career you get into, but maybe that's going to be a path
catalyst
that
and
leads
a path.
you
Yeah.
into something
I feel like
greater.
I feel like we're a generation of entrepreneurs, of like people that realize that working for themselves is like one of the best things you can do.
Yeah.
So just like constantly working toward that.
As opposed to, I mean, it's like the saying, work towards making your dreams come true, or else someone to make you work towards making their dreams come true. Or something like that, but that's very real.
Yeah.
Real, like work on your dreams, or you'll find yourself working on someone else's dreams.
And you know what? Sometimes you have to work on someone else's dreams
to realize your own.
Well, to realize your own, and as a stepping stone toward your own.
For sure.
That's very true.
Yeah.
That's very true.
I forget who I was having this conversation with the other day, but, you know, like, I think I was having it with you, because we were saying, like, okay, well, we went to college, but did we need to be in this environment now? And the easy answer is no, but having gone to college is we learned so many things that got us to where we are now. I was a ballerina with, you know, dancing 8 hours a day for almost a decade, and that was my career. Had I skipped that, would I be here? Probably not.
But that's why your ass do what your ass do now. Go ahead, girl. Pachoo, pachoo.
Yes. I'm going to go. I'm going to answer with yes.
No, but I think college. One of the things I think college helps you with,
God, stop that.
aside from just like going to school and learning new things, is when you're in high school and when you're like growing up with your family, you have constantly someone on you about like you need to get good grades, you need to do this, you need to do that. And then when you get to college, you find yourself in this world where it's like, I'm the only one motivating myself to do everything. And like, it's the closest, I mean, it's definitely not like real life because there's like all this partying and stuff constantly, but it's the closest thing you get to do where you're like, have responsibility for yourself before you actually have all responsibility for yourself.
But what I can say is you don't have to wait to college to do that.
That's
you
true.
can do that now.
Yeah, you don't have to do that. You don't have to do that in school, but you are sort of forced to do that when you're in college.
When you're in college.
Yeah.
All right, so that freaking great, freaking conversation, guys. We can't answer all the questions, but we answered as many as we could. Thank you for watching. Shoutouts, Flashfire, Game & Master 100, Mario Barrios, Louis Beaver, Harley is Hella, I don't know what that means, Black Star the Sorcerer, I've seen you before, Mayor McCheese, Buddy the Irishman, Jack W., Smosh Games is in the building, Pedro H., the Saber Phoenix, the E-Gamer, also a regular Game Line, so nice you had to name it twice, James Claraval, GS, yes, I kind of remember you, Kaylee Malterai, your name went away, Nope Person, that's hilarious.
What? His name is Nope Person?
Shady Fox, ex Yamato Pilot, Chan Rosa, thank you all for watching. Thank you, Alliance. If you are not in the Smosh Games Alliance and you might be curious and you have a YouTube channel, go to SmoshGamesAlliance.com right now. Sign up. You have nothing to lose and everything to gain. We are your companions. The Smosh Games Alliance Challenge will be done April 24th, so get your submissions in now. If you don't know what the game is, you can download it on Steam. It's unturned as I like to call it. Play, do a thing, hashtag SGA Challenge. If you have homework, do your homework. We're still checking that stuff out. We're enjoying you. We're loving everything you do. We're loving to connect with you.
And you know what's
Thank you,
cool?
Mari.
You know what's cool about-
I burped again when I said cool.
You know what's cool about our homework is you don't get graded on it.
You don't get graded on it. We literally just watch it and
give
see where we
feedback.
can help you grow and give feedback.
Yeah.
And maybe not to all of you because we can't watch all the videos because there's a lot of
And
people
we
that
encourage you to do it, but you don't have to.
Yes, exactly. Like college, right?
Yeah, there you go.
Your parents are paying for it this time. We're doing it right now. We inspire you. We motivate you. You do the damn thing. You work with what you got. We will do everything in our power to continue to help you grow with us. But in the meantime, work with what you got to get what you want. Thank you for watching. This has been SGA Live. We do this every Friday at 3 p.m. PST. Until the next time you see all of us, work with what you got to get what you want. Do the damn thing. SGA Live, Nipples and Gravy. Thank you, Mari and Sohinki.
Why
Nipples and gravy?
We're so fun live. It's really weird how you guys want to do this whole Marhinky thing when they're like brother and sister. You know what's not like brother and sister? Smosh University. I know, segues are fun. Covers cameras. You want to learn about cameras, don't you? Also, have you met Scruffy? Check out this Smosh Games Alliance Spotlight where we introduce you to Scruffy and he is legendary. Make sure you go to SmoshGamesAlliance.com if you are already not a part of the Smosh Games Alliance and subscribe right here for more allied victories.